We're here with Tony Mariano, exploration geologist. Could you give us an idea of what you do?
I'm a minerals exploration geologist. I specialize in rare elements, particularly the rare earths, niobium and tantalum, and I've worked all over the world. I've worked in the field and in the laboratory on all of the rare earth deposits that provide the rare earths, did in the past, and now provide the rare earth marketplace. And again, my experience is both in the laboratory and in the field.
When you look at these different companies, what goes through your mind in terms of which companies are going to make it and why, which deposits are feasible and which ones aren't?
Well, one has to look at various scenarios, and they deal with the mineralogy, the element distribution of rare earths in those minerals, the grade and the tonnage, okay, the amenability, particularly to physical and chemical processing, and then we get into the other subjects of logistics and the availability of reagents and of competent labor. So a lot of these things are beyond my expertise. My area is evaluating the deposits from a geologic and mineral chemistry point of view and ranking them.
Tony, you've mentioned that you've been on all the worth talking about deposits around the world. Out of 100 companies these days, how many out of 100 have a deposit that's really worth making some noise about?
There are a number. I don't know, I haven't counted them, but there's at least about 10 companies, or maybe more. Yeah. I haven't counted. Of course, Molycorp Mountain Pass will always be a great resource for the light lanthanides. Problems with Mountain Pass is the cost of doing business as compared with China, but it's a source independent of China. Now, as far as North America is concerned, the small amount of work that I've done on Wichita suggests that it's going to be amenable, the type of mineralization will be amenable to physical processing and to chemical processing. And if it can be established that there's sufficient grade and tonnage, it's one of the good deposits in North America. Chippewa in Quebec will also fall in the category as a source for the heavy lanthanides that are present substitutional in the mineral eudialyte, which can be put into solution with ease. And if it can be established that there's sufficient grade and tonnage, it's another great deposit to take care of the heavy lanthanide content. Now there's a deposit in southern Alaska, Bocan Mountain, that is very much enriched in heavy lanthanides. The mineralogy is complex and fine-grained, but the access conditions are excellent. So it's a deposit that has to be kept in mind. Pajarito Mountain in New Mexico is also a source for heavy lanthanides. Strange Lake can be a source if it can be established that the complex mineralogy will be amenable to economic beneficiation.
Tony, what goes through your mind when you look at the property package of Canadian International Minerals?
Well, I've just started working with them, and I've enjoyed working with them. They've been giving me very good support, my son and I, and we're looking forward to working with them further, and particularly since this deposit is one that I feel has potential.
How would you describe the potential there?
The potential is there, as I mentioned, because in the small amount of work that I've done on a composite from Wichita Lake carbonatite, I was able to make a physical concentrate with ease of coarse grain, rare earth, light rare earth mineralization that will be amenable to chemical processing.
And that translates into lower processing cost.
Yep. And also the logistics isn't bad there. They've got roads, you can drive right up to the place. It's not that remote logistically.
Tony Mariano, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Irish name. Thank you for having me.